discussion. Recently, New York Times put out a list of the greatest songwriters of all time. It's safe to say that list did not please a lot of people, as they felt like there was a lot of omission in as far as particularly black artists are concerned. Now, people were also questioning some of the artists that made it there at the expense of some artists that they felt like had contributed more to songwriting. Noticeably, artists like Kanye West, Nicki Minaj, Beyonce, and the like were not on the list, but artists like Jay-Z and Young Thug made the list. And it appears the New York Times staff is now out there trying to clarify details. And it's interesting to me that out of a lot of artists that they left out, it is only Beyonce they decided to say something about. Now, I do understand, of course, her fans wanting her to be included, but in as far as songwriting is concerned, I do feel like with that particular artist, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because she is not really known for her great writing skills, but rather her singing and her performance. So, unfortunately, I am with the New York Times this time. I essentially do not think that it's such a bad thing that she wasn't included in that writers list, okay? One of the members, of course, responsible for that list, did say that when they think about Beyonce, they essentially think about her as some form of executive producer and not necessarily as a songwriter. And I've also heard people coming in with the logic that that might be the reason why it took her a long time to win Album of the Year at the Grammys. And I hadn't looked at it that way, to be honest. But then, if that's the case, does it mean that for Cowboy Carter, she wrote a lot on that album, or what? Or it's just an excuse that they were using to snub her? Let me know in the comment section what you think about that. And do you think that it was necessary for the team to come up with an explanation of why they didn't include her on that list? Now, still speaking about her, what are you guys doing in the streets diagnosing her with neurodivergence? What is this? Now, there's a video that is circulating on the internet of a younger Beyonce and Jay Z, and yeah, the movements of her body in that video, they were very much giving Rumi, to be honest, okay? The mannerisms, it was very much giving the excitement that Rumi has recently shown on stage. And you do know how people have their own conspiracy theories about, what Rumi has, what Rumi doesn't have. And people were like, oh my God, it's the same mannerisms. So it means that Rumi got it from Beyonce. And I'm like, what is it? What do you mean got it? What are you talking about? What diagnosis are you talking about? I'm just looking at these people like, you guys stop it. Like, how can you diagnose someone just from one video? Like, that's not a thing. Please stop it, okay? But did you see the video that I'm talking about and how people are saying that the mannerisms are really giving it away? I personally have got no background whatsoever in medicine or anything related to that in the medical field. But wait, actually, I do. How can I forget that when I was in uni, I was working as an EMD at an ambulance service, like an emergency medical dispatcher. It's essentially the logistics of ambulances, and the deal. But I'm laughing because it just reminded me of a story. This is me first week. I'm still on training. And of course, I was so confident. I was like, I can do this. I don't have any medical background, but I will be able to wing it. So you were supposed to take the details of the patient. Obviously, like when you get a call from a clinic, a hospital, you're supposed to take down the details. And so, the pressure of handling the dispatch desk. I mean, there's a radio here, Alpha Romeo, blah, blah, blah. Alpha Bravo Charlie, and you've got like an entire switchboard, different lines, right? So the pressure is mounting. So I'm taking down the patient details, and this woman, this nurse on the other end says, okay, so I've got a patient for you, blah blah blah, name, and then condition and diagnosis. And the lady said pre-eclampsia, right? Tell me why. Please explain to me why, even after the nurse told me that the patient in question has pre-eclampsia, why did I ask, is it a male or female? I promise you, that woman was like shocked. That woman was like, I said the patient has pre-eclampsia, and I said, yeah, and I'm asking, female or male? When I tell you that owns me up to today, I'm not even kidding. That woman said, I'm sorry, but what is your qualification? I said, I'm just a student studying accounting, doing part time. I don't know how I ended up here. Oh my God, that was very stupid. But I'm sorry for the little detour from celebrity gossip. It just reminded me of that situation. But anyway, I do not have any medical background, but stop diagnosing people on the internet. And by the way, if you're like me and you do not know why that is funny, preeclampsia is basically a condition related to pregnancy. So, of course, it would be foolish for me to be asking if it's a male or a female in that regard. So, let me know in the comment section what you think about people diagnosing Beyonce. Where do you think this is coming from? Now, moving on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about, let us talk about Advocate BBL and, of course, this foolery of her having something for men that will continuously embarrass her. Because tell me why this woman is still gallivanting around with the man that has got multiple baby mamas and the man that was actually telling the chef allegedly that he loves her. Meanwhile, Advovo BBO was actually pregnant during that time. Like, what is this? It has to be a humiliation ritual at this point because what is this really? They were spotted together at some charity event with this man, and it is safe to say the man looked even uninterested even when they were together. There's a video that I saw where Advovo BBO was reaching for his hand so that they walk in side to side. That man literally ignored her hand and went on ahead of her. And I'm just like, ma'am, what are you doing? Why are you trying to force things? Why? Is it an esteem issue? Because why are you allowing a man to treat you like that? And not only that, those text messages between him and the chef allegedly, and him telling her that he actually loves her, and all that information that came out during the trial, where it appears that a lot of the people that work for him, he lies down with, allegedly. Like, I mean, oh my God. It's pathetic, and that's why I don't understand when you guys say, "Oh my God, I desire to have a relationship like that." Goals, lick back, this and that. Meanwhile, you're just devaluing yourself left, right, and center with anything that has a ding-a-ling in between their thighs. Like, what is this? But I guess to distract people from that conversation, because people had a lot to say about that, basically calling her a clown for still sticking with a man who has been sticking his ding-a-ling-a-ling in any and everything that has gotten in between with the hollow. She decided to talk about her business in a way that I've never seen any other celebrity do. And that's the thing with this girl. Like, it's just so crass. Very unclassy, if you ask me. But then again, it's her. I don't even know. The problem is with me because why am I expecting her to do anything rather than classless things, okay? So, she was responding to a fan page that I do think that, is sort of a fan page in my own opinion. I mean, they pose as a news page, but I think they essentially are there to hype up any other female rapper that is against Nicki. So that Twitter page said Cardi B needs to hurry up and restock, grow good, and make the products unlimited while at it. And instead of responding to that like a normal person, what did this girl do? Decided to take a screenshot of a conversation, a business conversation they were having in the background. And I'm just like, the desire to prove to people that she's successful is going to be her downfall. Because what are you doing? Even Rihanna was able to make 1 billion off Fenty. We never saw her doing anything as silly as this. So now she posted a screenshot and it read, "From our GG partners, we would like to place an order for approximately 40 million retail value worth of product tomorrow, and a 50% deposit is required, which is around, okay, with that, and then that's deducted." So I don't know what's the point of reducting the deposit when the full amount is there. Because I mean, if you're saying it's 50%, then obviously the deposit is something in the 20 millions. And then she said, "When I tell ya, we on it every single day, hour, minute, and seconds. And thanks to y'all, we will be growing." Okay, that was highly unnecessary. Could have made that point without sharing without with us a screenshot of orders. Like, what type of business are you running, and what are you trying to prove? And I like it gets pathetic to a certain extent. The desire to prove success makes me believe that, is there truly success there, or is there a 360 involved? Because what is this? But I guess that was to clap back to people who were calling her bad for the behavior, of course, of going back to Stefon. But yeah, two things can be true at the same time. You can have a successful brand, but that doesn't necessarily erase the fact that when it comes to relationship, you're a bad. You get it? Like, it's not like it's gonna negate the other. Yes, you may be making money, but also at the same time, you may be very bad at making decision when it pertains to men that you date and marry and procreate with. So yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think about that. Now, moving on to Rolling Loud and everything that was going down on there, it's getting creepy, it's getting weird, and it's pathetic. And honestly, the fact that these people that are behind this replica of Nicki Minaj are sourcing out Nicki Minaj fan bases to basically use them for promo, and some of the fan bases gladly taking those deals is very concerning to me. Because if you have built a page of someone's fan base, and at the first dollar waved in your direction, you take that deal, even to the detriment of somebody who even awarded you a platform. That's very low vibrational. And I'm not even trying to be Coach Tommy, but that's very, yeah, it's not it. You know, you may enjoy the little coins there swinging your way, but how long is that going to last? How long is that going to last? I mean, it's your platform, I get it. You know, essentially you built it. I mean, you posted and stuff like that, but you've been getting support from that person's fan base. And when you do things like this, it's weird, especially when it pertains to someone who's making it clear from the hairstyle to the posture, the emotes, the mannerisms, the flow. It's there's a thin line between being inspired and straight up snatching somebody else's entire personality down to the mannerisms, down to the animations, down to the personality. It's creepy. And all the big fan pages that are supporting that are weird, in my own opinion. Like how much are they even giving you guys for you to be able to do stuff like this? Is it worth it after all has been said and done? Is it worth to trade your authenticity for a few coins? Because when I see how this girl is parading around, I don't think there's that much of budget behind her. At least not now. Maybe in the future, but now there isn't even that much of a budget. So how much are you guys being given for you to sell out your platforms like that? How much? It's very weird in my own opinion, but let me know in the comment section what you thought about the Rolling Loud thing. I don't want to go into too much detail because I want to talk about everything that's wrong with that in another video in depth, because I did realize that there is a lot of stuff that is going on as far as that project is concerned. I'm talking about Lady Academics. So much is wrong with that. The fact that there hasn't been any time since she started doing this, and I don't know. It's just a lot of weird stuff. But thank you very much, you guys, for watching, and thank you very much for making it this far. If you have not already, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and do turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time that I post. And until my next one, see you.